No, it's ganja. Because the thing is, we're talking about the. I like how they say new, by the way. New Nintendo 2DS XL.
Well, it actually is. This one is actually a new one.
I like how Nintendo just slaps new on shit, and it's just like, yeah, new. Like it's totally
Like new
something
Super
else.
Mario Brothers, new Donkey
Super
Kong.
Mario. Like they just love that fucking like.
It actually is new compared to the old one.
Yeah.
Granted, ganja. Yes, I do suck Nintendo's dick a lot. I will admit it. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. After all the other people have.
Oh, well, okay. What the fuck happened there?
Okay, we're all in
Nintendo's
here.
like, cut them off.
Okay.
See, the only thing I could say is it's just the same old shit. Like, I didn't see anything different. What I did like was the cosmetic design because it has more of a sleek look. They're kind of, I guess, imitating the Switch in that this way. And I appreciate that from what the brick 3DS that they did have. Kind of like, it looked like an old cell phone, the old 3DS. So I appreciate that slick design. But other than that, it's the same shit.
Yeah,
Looks like a Game Boy.
Okay. I got this. I got this for 1 sec. If you look up the old 2DS model, the old 2DS model was a fucking like, it was just this. That's all it was. That's what the old 2DS model was. The thing is, what this XL is, it's like the 3DS, but without the 3D, which is why people wanted the 2DS in the first place.
But that was the biggest marketing gimmick.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like it. It was a marketing thing that failed. It failed horribly. So the thing is, what they're saying is, okay, people want the games that are on the 3DS, but they don't want the fucking handheld. So here's a version of it that works for cheaper.
And how does that defend Nintendo?
It does because now they have a chance to continue having the market to have people to get these games and actually have a handheld that actually works.
Well, they're the only real competitors in that market anyways. It's not like they have a lot of...
That's like the biggest selling console of all time, the fucking 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is. It is up there. But that's the thing with me, and it's just like, and granted, it's like their Japanese sensibilities, but it's just always like they just got done with the classic NES. They just sold that. It made them some money. It did well. Then you use all this money and stuff like that to do like another 2DS, which is kind of like, okay, maybe I got the wrong impression, but I thought the Nintendo Switch was actually supposed to like not kill it immediately, but just slowly fizzle it out so they can have it under all one platform. You got your 3DS games that go over to the Switch. You got your Switch games that's already on the Switch. And it's portable. It's both. It's a hybrid. It's both.
Yeah, but it's going to take a while, though.
No, true.
They're going to shoot everyone with a 3DS like right now.
Yeah, it's like they're not gonna do it like that. That'd be dumb business sense. But that's like, it's just them releasing this. It's just like, what is the plan here and stuff like that. And granted, I actually forgot, but didn't they have already released the 2DS that didn't have the 3D? But the only thing is, it doesn't like have the clamshell design.
That was my point. Is that the old one kind of sucked?
Yeah,
where this one actually feels like a good handheld that can actually do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, the original 2DS, I held it in my hand, and my first thought was, "Ow, this is fucking uncomfortable. This sucks."
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is like they probably know that too, because like when you seen the trailer, it was just like, yeah, ergonomic design and stuff like that. So that's actually pretty fucking awesome that they did that. But the only thing is just like, and it's like the whole video game industry, because like I said, you got the PlayStation 4 Pro coming out, they got the Xbox Scorpio, but they're pretty much going to design these new games in a way where it's like, oh yeah, you got to buy these new games to play it better. Because like, wasn't it like a whole issue of like you could only play Pokemon Sun and Moon on certain 3DS? It's like the newer one, like you had to go out and buy it because it was like frame rate issues and how they designed it.
No
so it's
fucking
like,
way.
It's kind of confusing the developers and shit like that. It's kind of like some shitty practice. And like I said, I could be wrong all about this, but it's just like, yeah, you're forcing them to go get the new system, the PlayStation 4 Pro, because 4K gaming, everything is moving there. It's kind of like you're forcing the gamers to move in a certain direction rather than
the Pro and probably the Scorpio too. I think that jump is for people who want VR and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or if you just want it to look as amazing as possible. But I'm pretty sure that those big jumps, that like in the tech, that's just for if you want the fucking special version. Like a regular Xbox One is still going to be fine. My regular 3DS is totally going to play any game I need it to.
I feel like it's just rinse and repeat the whole fucking thing, the same thing over and over.
It's part of Nintendo's model, and it's going to work, and it's going to be on the market for a while, and then they'll replace it again.
Yeah. It's just the problem. There's too much hardware. There's not enough software out there. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Dude, 3DS games come out like every fucking 2 days, man.
Well, no. I mean, just in general, I think.
What about good 3DS games?
Hey, there are a lot of good 3DS games, man.
That's what we said it too. What about good 3DS games, fool?
No, that's the thing. Like, and granted, they were smart, because I thought that Fire Emblem game that was coming out was actually a mobile game, but I can't remember the name of it right now. But they actually promoted it. Not Heroes. That's the mobile one. But there's another one that's actually coming out on the 3DS, and they promoted it in this commercial. So they're gonna have some games coming out like within the next few months. Like they got Hey Pikmin, and then they got that Miitopia or something like that, like some kind of city or something like that. But I'm like, it's really fucking cool and stuff like that. You got some games, but not enough to hold you over to buy like a whole new system. Like that's the thing with the PlayStation 4 Pro and great stuff like that. Like it's VR related content, but it's not a lot of content on these fucking platforms. So it's just like, yeah, I just got a big shiny box. So
Exactly.
I think that's like the biggest thing to kind of like go off your point. That's why I sold my Xbox One, just because there were just no fucking games on that thing. I just got so like it's just like this thing's just collecting dust. Like I have no idea what I'm doing with it. Like I just sold it. Like they have no good exclusive. If I want a good multi-platform, I might as well stick with PS4 because it runs better on there.
Yeah, no, and I feel the exact same way about all this stuff too. You know, I feel like there's gonna be a time soon where just mobile games are gonna be what on your phone, and that's it. Like, there's not gonna be no market for any handheld actual consoles or systems.
I disagree, man. I think that the Nintendo Switch is setting the predecessor. Like Xbox and PlayStation, they're like, fuck, how did we not think of that? Like, dude,
you don't think
Sony
they're
okay.
the Vita.
I'm gonna ask Julian a question really
The
quick.
price like
Because I'm really curious and see what your opinion is on it. But do you feel like they're just trying to prioritize Nintendo on top of the market, just like presenting it as a handheld, so people are like, hey, let's just buy the fuck out of it, and that's what's prioritizing it, but it's not really in handheld yet, and they're gonna move that from like.
You talking about the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, because I don't feel like
whatever they're fucking doing with it, I still can't find one, man. I'm trying to fucking buy them and flip them because people are buying them for $500.
How is that
So
a bad thing though? I think that's
But
or how's that a good thing? I meant to say.
I think it's artificially inflated in the market because I think if they had a bunch of consoles out, we probably wouldn't see these many big sales.
Yeah.
Again, people are
And
buying them. That's
Nintendo
why
is
there's no one
notorious for
around.
doing this, Alan. You can't lie that.
Hey,
about
okay. The reason there was a lot of Wii U's wasn't because they overproduced, was because no one was fucking buying them.
Yeah, no one wanted those.
But that's the thing. Nintendo has done this in the past where they've kind of kept their production low on consoles so they can keep that inflation going. We're like, oh, look, we're sold out but they don't have. The thing is, they're selling out only because they don't have enough product out there.
Because they don't want to. They want to make sure they're shipping out everything they're selling.
With the Wii U, man, people like Anthony knew about it, and maybe he was hyped to buy one. I don't know if he was dumb enough or a big enough sucker to buy one. Probably not.
He did.
But people who bought the Switch, bro, your grandma wants a Switch. My grandma wants a Switch. Like people who don't give a fuck about video games are talking about it, and that's why that's in the mainstream.
Well, I think that actually has something to do with and I have a question too right after this, but I think that has something to do with their aggressive marketing. Granted, like the Wii U was like, lackluster hardware, but it really didn't even have that great marketing too, because people didn't even know what the fuck it was. They thought it was like actually a peripheral that was attached to the Wii. They didn't even think it was another console, period. So now the Switch is a little bit more aggressive. I mean, like fucking Nintendo are the first ones to have a Super Bowl commercial for a video game console. So they was like, bitch, you gonna buy this fucking thing if you force it down your damn throat. But I'm actually curious to ask you guys, and you know what, Alan, I'm going to actually ask you first, and we'll go down the line. But where do y'all think console gaming is going? Do y'all think that would just come, like, as the video game industry, you think they're trying to get completely rid of console gaming? It's like everything seems like it wants to be on the go. You think it's gaming is just going to be like this, just hybrid of just going places because you got online gaming, local multiplayer is dead. It's always about like you and your controllers and your stuff. So what do y'all think about the direction of the video game industry?
People have been saying this for a decade that console game is going to die. It's never going to die. We're not going to switch to PC. We're not going to go to mobile gaming. There will always be a market for consoles because it's always going to be the people that just want to buy the box, wait for the games to come out, play them, and enjoy it in their house. That's always going to be there from now until we have VR is going to replace it. Like it is always going to be here, and it's going to change in different ways, but it's always going to be buy the box and wait for the games to come out on it, either digital or physical.
Well, I agree with what has been said, but on the other hand, I think that games are going to become cheaper. I think that there are going to be more digital games because people are going to realize how much of a waste of time it is to put a game into physical production. And I don't know. I think that companies are going to be a lot smarter with their shit, and everyone's going to wise up a little bit more. I think that DLC is on its way out the door, and I think that the special edition thing might come back more, where maybe you get something with a pre-order, but I think the season pass thing is moving on.
Alan pretty much speaks for me exactly. I agree with his points. But something that this industry is doing that I quite frankly hate is releasing broken games. That's not something in past generations that I had to deal with, and it's something that I feel needs to stop because it ruins the ability of me to be immersed in the game and to fully appreciate it. When you're releasing $60 games that come out broken as shit,
But what
and I feel like
company?
why do we as an industry put up with that?
We've seen broken games being released in past generations.
Yeah.
There's nothing we could do about it back in the day. I mean, we got Katana, which was broken upon release and unplayable pretty much.
But the difference between back then is like when the game did come out and it was broken, it's like, okay, yeah, and there's only so many that did that. But like for the most part, the games that did work really fucking worked. Nowadays, they're like, hey, we can just make a patch. Let's just release shit.
Yeah, but we
can
have
fix
that
it
option.
later.
Although not every game that comes out is broken. Yeah, games come out and are broken all the time. But you have some games that come out, like Battlefield, for instance. That game was fine on release and is still fine. But every now and then it's like, hey, fuck it. Here's a 2 gig patch. We're just gonna revamp everything because we can. Not that we need to, but because we can.
Yeah.
And that's the option we have nowadays.